Hello, friends, and welcome back to r/IDontWorkHereLady. And I hope you're ready for 3 great stories. The first of them, Boss, You're Fired. Or, I don't know, man, I just answer the phones. It's what I do. Sorry if this is long. I just felt the need to give you my whole life story. TLDR at the bottom. This happened a few years back. I can easily admit that this was mostly my fault. I went to a mechanic first thing in the morning for some urgent repairs on my car that had been sitting for 9 months unattended. A little backstory. Around the time this happened, I'd been in the Navy for about 5 years and had just come back from a 9-month deployment on a ship. Now, on a ship, there are probably over 100 different spaces or rooms owned by different groups of people. Because of my job and responsibilities, you could find me in any one of 30 of those places at any given time. It's generally a rule of thumb that if you're in a space, whether you own it or not, you answer the phone like, good, time of day, place name, your rank and last name, how can I help you? Now, if you're doing that at least 30 times a day for a year, it almost becomes a reflex. Now to the story. Cast. Me is me. MM is mechanic manager. AM is auto mechanic. PC is phone caller. Me. Hey, MM, do you think you'd be able to take a look at my car today? MM. Nah, man, I don't think so. We're pretty booked up today. What's wrong with it? Me. I just got back, and when I turned it on and started driving, it sounded like somebody tried to F a pencil sharpener with a drill bit. Even if you can't look at it today, I can wait, because honestly, I don't feel safe driving it back home or anywhere else. MM. LOL. Okay, well, that does sound pretty bad. Let me check with my guy and see if we can possibly get to it today or tomorrow. Me. Awesome, thanks. At this point, he goes back to the actual mechanic area, whatever you call it, and leaves me at the counter. A minute later, the cordless phone on the counter rings. Reflexively, I pick it up and turn it on before I even know what I'm doing. Me. Good morning. It was at this point I realized I'd effed up. But in the Navy, we have a phrase, if you're wrong, stay wrong. So I took it to heart and dove in with both feet. Me. This is MM's Auto Shop. How can I help you? PC. Hi, can I make an appointment for lunchtime today? Me. I don't know, mate. They seem pretty busy, but I'll check for you. After another minute or two, MM walks out. I hand him the phone, and before I can tell him otherwise, he answers the phone effectively, hanging up on PC. I explain what happened and what PC wanted. MM. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to do lunch. Lunch is booked solid. Why did you answer the phone? Me. I don't know, mate. I just answer phones. It's what I do. So now me and MM are filling out paperwork to check my car when this car comes screeching into the parking lot and this dude jumps out and damn near kicks the door in until he figures out you have to pull. PC. How effing dare you hang up on me? MM to me. Is this the guy? Me. IDK, mate. Probably. PC to me. You are the one who effing hung up on me. You couldn't just answer a simple effing question, you just hang up on me. Hang up on me? MM. Sir, can I get you to take it down a notch or two? PC. Don't tell me to calm down. I want to talk to a manager right effing now. MM. Sir, that's me. Now again, if you could... PC. Don't effing tell me to calm down. I want a manager to fire him, and I'm not leaving until I talk to the manager. Now, AM had walked in about 10 seconds earlier and caught the tail end of this altercation. He steps up and speaks with some real authority. AM. Listen. I don't know, and honestly, I don't care what's happening out here. You're both fired, and I want you off the property in the next half hour, or I'm calling the police. MM stares dumbfounded while I just kind of chuckle awkwardly. PC. Thank you. That's all I wanted. Now, what time do you think you'll be able to look at my car? AM. Well, obviously, I just fired 2 guys, so I'm going to be a little short-handed for a while. Can't honestly say, but it won't be today. PC huffs dramatically and says fine and walks out. AM shrugs, turns around, and heads toward the garage. MM. AM, did you just fire me? AM. Huh? Oh, yeah. Sorry, boss. And then we all had a good laugh about it for a bit, and then they got back to work. A bit of I don't work here and pro-revenge, maybe? So, let's start this off by explaining what I do for a living. First of all, I work for a school district doing IT. Given the nature of how the job works, I can be doing anything from running wires to cutting metal or all sorts of different types of work. When I'm not doing things that would be a bit more dirty, I'll wear normal clothes. It's not too different from what I would normally wear, minus a t-shirt instead of a golf-type shirt. So I'm at Home Depot wearing a pair of tan cargo pants, hiking shoes, and a red t-shirt that says Coca-Cola on the front, as well as my old beat-up hat and a pair of sunglasses on my hat because I was inside. So I'm looking around for some things to do a job in the afternoon when an old lady asked me for help. I gladly helped her get something off a higher shelf, as well as answered a few questions for her because I just knew more about construction than she did, obviously. Now, really, she just wanted to know some of the best ways to mount pictures and some that were a bit more heavy, so I directed her to some proper mounting materials and explained the best way to mount the hangers. Nothing special. So I walked down the aisle because I needed to be in the hardware aisle anyway, looking for some stuff, and I'm crouched down. I have some other things in my hands, and I'm taking things out and putting things back, and I look for the proper hardware. It's not like what I'm doing has any sort of set way of doing it, so I'm just trying to go off the flying figure out what would work best for what I want to accomplish. Another lady walks up and right off the bat really rudely starts demanding that I help her. Keep in mind, I in no way look like I work at Home Depot. Me is me, EB is the rude lady, MG is the manager. EB, it's about time I found someone, I need help. I ignored her since it clearly doesn't sound like she's talking to me. EB grabbed my shoulder and pulled me back as I'm crouched down, causing me to fall back. Me, what the F, lady? EB, that's no way to talk to a customer. I should report you to your manager for ignoring me and swearing at me. Me, that'd be great if I worked here. Go away. EB, you obviously work here. Get a ladder and me. No thanks, I'm good. EB, I'm going to go get me. Loud enough for those around to hear. No, I will not go to your car and make out with you. I'm not even all that angry, annoyed maybe, but I get joy in making people like this uncomfortable. EB, stammering, I didn't, that's not. MG sees the commotion and walks up. She starts screaming at how unprofessional I am and so forth. I know the manager. We bought each other drinks at the local VFW. He knows I don't work there. EB, he helped this old B-word and now he won't help me. MG cuts her off. Ma'am, you're hereby banned from this store. Leave now or you'll be escorted by force by an officer. EB refuses to leave and, as promised, is booted from the store by cops. Fast forward to yesterday, hence this post now. Again, I work in a school district. All subs must come to me to get a temporary key fob to get in and out of the building. In she walks to my office. She immediately goes off screaming at me. I seriously don't even recognize her at first, then it hits me. I put on a nice big grin and I act all nice to her. I let her know that I have to call the office to confirm her placement. The office hears her screaming over the phone and I quietly and quickly explain. 2 minutes later, the resource officer rolls up, sees what's going on, and escorts her off the property. She's been removed from the list that's pulled from so she can no longer sub in our district after going into more detail of the situation with my boss and superintendent. He also plans on calling a few other districts to warn them. I'm sure it's for the best. She couldn't be all that mentally stable. Sure, I'll ring you out. I work maintenance for a major retail store throughout my state. I had a work order to pull up some bad tiles in a store, which I won't name, but that generally sells stuff for $1. Level out the floor, replace the bad tiles with new ones. So there I am, pulling up the tile on my knees with my concrete bucket, vinyl tiles, tile glue, multi-tool scraper, etc. surrounding me. Clearly, I'm not in store uniform, and I even have a name badge on with the name of my company on it. This middle-aged woman walks up to me. Hey, you're doing a good job there, but you have a line up front. Oh, I'm sorry, miss, but I don't work here. Yes, you do. You're in here working. Maybe you just don't want to help, but I have to be somewhere. Ma'am, I'm laying tile. I don't work for this store. I'm a contractor. I don't believe you. You're working here, and I'm going to find the manager and tell them how disrespectful you're being right now. Get your butt off the floor and come ring me out. You know what? Fine. Okay, I'll have some fun with this. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm kind of busy here, and I just didn't want to stop. I'll come right now. Please don't tell my manager. So I walk up with her and get behind the register, pretending to press some buttons on the screen, then pick up the scanner. I take her items and start scanning them, making an audible beeping sound with my voice. Beep, beep, beep. What the hell are you doing? You're just beeping. You're not really doing anything. Oh no, ma'am, this is how we do it now. The beeper stopped working and we have to say it ourselves. Damn it, quit screwing around and ring me up. I ignore her and keep beeping away as I put all her items in bags. Beep, beep, beep. Finally, the manager sees me behind the register and runs up to ask me what in the hell I'm doing. I explained the situation to him, and then, just for good measure, I beeped 2 more items. Beep. Beep. The lady, fuming, shrieks at the manager, "I want him fired right now. He refused to help me, and when he finally came over, he's just effing around, and I have somewhere to be." The manager looked at her and explained that I do not, in fact, work there. Then he looked at me and says, "Go. Never do that again. I will be calling your boss." Here's hoping my boss has a sense of humor. Beep, beep, beep. I imagine a middle-aged guy covered in dust from floor tiling standing behind a register acting like a 5-year-old because some woman was an idiot. Hey, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the story, and I'll see you soon.